home is more of an idea than like an actual place, and that you can kind of bring home with you wherever you go. Brought like a little bit of home with me, kind of like just with like stuff like the movies and like my drumming and like stuff like that, and talking to other people, like even like talking to other people about their home like situations and like what they miss and stuff is really inspiring to when you want to get home and you're like, oh yeah, like I'll try doing this kind of thing that friend said.
Pittsburgh is home in the sense that it's familiar, not that I've seen it before, but it reminds me of things that I've seen. So the mountains and the rivers remind me of the mountains and rivers that I could see everywhere when I was growing up in Jamaica. So it makes it feel more like a home. I like to take walks across the river on the Smithfield Street Bridge. It transports me back to like the times I'd go traveling in my country, like I'd go by the riverside and stuff and like feel at peace. I like to take the shuttle up to Oakland, up to the park right by Carnegie Library, mostly because it reminds me of this place in my country called Devon House. Now, Devon House is it's like a historical landmark in my country. It is a plantation house that was built by a former slave, and it sits on this vast amount of land. And I like going to Carnegie, the park by side Carnegie, because it reminds me of the times that I'd go to Devon House and I'd sit down on the grass or by the benches and just kind of people watch. And the reason why out of all the places that reminds me so much of home is because you can see everyone, you can hear everyone, but at the same time you feel like you're in your own little personal bubble and everything is kind of muted.
I think home is where all your loved ones are, like friends and family and stuff. It's where people care about you and kind of where you grew up at and your roots are. Pittsburgh's definitely a lot more busy, more crowded, congested, loud, whereas Elizabeth is just kind of more laid back and keeps to itself and a little more rural. My family's really close. They always do different activities almost every day. So I miss out on, family kind of aspects of certain things like birthdays or different holidays. So it's weird missing that kind of stuff. Down here, there's the Starbucks that I go to that kind of makes me feel at home, just because growing up my mom liked coffee a lot, so I'd always smell the coffee beans and going home. Or going to Starbucks reminds me of home just from the smell. I think anywhere can be home if you let it.